What's up, y'all? We got some really juicy leaks for the Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 57, and of course we got some cool Android 17 action, even some Tien and Chiaotzu action, which I'll bring up a little bit later. Very surprising stuff there, and then partially not so surprising, actually. But before we start, make sure to subscribe for some quality content. But yeah, a large portion of the chapter seems to be focused on Krillin and Roshi actually, but we'll start off, since we left off last chapter, with 17 versus 7-3. Not a whole lot here. We have a really cool image here of the standoff between Gohan, Piccolo 17 and 18, and Jocko against the Predator alien, which I like to call him, I can't ever remember his name, and 7-3. So they're screwed. You got freaking Gohan, the confirmed third strongest on Earth, 17, who's massively powerful, 18, who's really strong in her own right, and of course Piccolo, and then Jocko just is, I don't know, spectator. So I really like that image of them just standing off there. But what really might blow your mind is this awesome page of 17 kicking the ever-living crap out of 7-3, using hand blasts to propel himself. This is so cool, dude. And look at this face of just glee from 17. He's like, yeah, this is fun. And he's just kicking the crap out of him. But this did spark in my mind, doesn't 7-3 have the power of Gohan? And Gohan is confirmed to be the third strongest, ergo he's stronger than 17 because Goku, Vegeta, then Gohan. How is 17 winning here? But so I'm thinking that he is still channeling the power of Moro, and the last time we saw Moro wasn't like super strong. He wasn't like blue tier or anything like that. He's probably stronger now, but we'll have to see how strong he is in a little bit. But I love this page. I love this attack by 17, and the art is really cool too. And I love that standoff that they have at the beginning. But moving on to the, another focus of the chapter is Krillin. Now it looks like we're getting some awesome Krillin action here, and an actual really cool struggle between the Panda Dude and Krillin. And here it's looking like Panda Dude's just like mollywopping the crap out of him. It's like, geez, Krillin just can't. Like, even though he's been training for the past 2 months, he still can't stack up to this guy. But he's using ingenuity and, of course, Destructo Discs. And it looks like a lot of the Destructo Discs just aren't working against this dude because he's doing this really interesting spinny move. Now, I'm not really sure about the sequence of events here, but another interesting thing is that the Panda Dude just bashes Krillin down into the ground, and then you see Krillin's hand just pop up, and he's like still controlling the Destructo Disc. It's like, oh man, but he only grazes his cheek, and I'm like, oh, come on, just cut him in half, dude. Dragon Ball can be violent sometimes. Just cut him in half and show all the gore, But what's really kind of funny is that we're having spectators. This is really bringing me back to Dragon Ball Z days where they're seeing like the fight with the Saiyans and the Saiyan saga. Oh man, was that on Baba's Orb back then, or was that on TV? I think that was on the Orb, and then the Cell Games was on the TV. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be just misremembering right now. But it's really cool. It looks like Bulma has, I don't know, like maybe some little drones, almost like Dr. Dro's like little drones that got the cells to make Cell going around and just like surveilling everything. And she's got these little monitors hooked up. That's pretty cool. I really like that idea, and that makes it so that we can actually cut back to these characters and having reactions from other people, because all of our fighters are kind of separated, fighting Moro's convicts and everything like that. So very interesting development here is that it seems that Krillin, or maybe Roshi, is getting the upper hand, because we have Roshi just being an awesome badass. He is blindfolded and still giving these ladies a hard time. Now, I think the main motivation for Roshi blindfolding himself is because he's so perverted that he can't focus on fighting because these chicks are so hot. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the explanation here, but this image of him fighting them, really cool stuff. Now, it's looking like they are having such a hard time with Roshi and maybe Krillin, but even though it seems like Panda Dude can just hold his own against Krillin, they decide they fuse all 4 of them into this big Amazon warrior, I guess. Oh man. So it's looking like this fight is going to continue into chapter 8 and maybe even beyond, but or 58, did I say 58? But oh well. But man, that's looking so cool, and I'm really hyped to actually see what they're saying and the explanations for all this stuff. And it's looking like this fusion lady is just gonna be kicking the crap out of them. So this part must be toward the later part of the chapter, as Goku the hero has finally found his directions to Earth, and I'm wondering if he teleports in. He got close enough to Earth to where he could just teleport, or if he actually arrives there on a ship. I'm thinking teleport, but I don't know if this scene reminds me more of the Saiyan Saga or the Namek Saga, because this image is awesome and really brings back some nostalgic stuff, you know? Lots of like nostalgic nods here and there in this arc. Really cool stuff. But going back to 7-3, another massive plot revelation or progression. Moro has arrived on Earth. Now, I was predicting that he would arrive at the very end, creating a big cliffhanger. Oh no, what are they going to do now? But this is an awesome image. But at the same time, I'm thinking, you know, if this is Moro saying, you know what, 7-3, you have served your purpose, now I'm gonna kill you. Like, I really want Gohan or Piccolo to just get the win on this guy. Like, this guy has given them some trouble. He's taken their powers, beat them up. Let Piccolo or Gohan be the winners here. Like, I don't want 17 to win. I guess it would make sense if 17 won, unless 7-3 channeled Gohan's power, in which I think that he wouldn't be able to beat 7-3. But what do you think about that? And like, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. But anyway, I just think that's just such more typical villain stuff. Like, Moro has potential to be an even more interesting character. I want them to dive deeper into this character, his backstory and everything. And I just keep waiting for that to happen. And I've been loving the last few chapters, but now this is the opportunity to say, okay, we need to stop for a second, maybe have a flashback chapter and flesh him out. But here is just another stereotypical big villain move, just to kill your underlings because they serve their purpose. That's what this image looks like it's doing, but we'll find out when the regular chapter comes out. And it looks like Gohan here is surprised, which makes me think that Moro's gonna do exactly what I think he's gonna do. And Moro says something about the 2 people. I think he's saying that two people still haven't arrived yet, and he's definitely talking about Vegeta and Goku, because Gohan here is saying that my father should definitely be able to beat you. So really cool stuff. I can't wait to see what happens in this scene, or if this is all that the scene has to offer. So it looks like in the next chapter, Goku's gonna help defeat the fusion, which I don't like. Maybe Krillin's gonna be like, we can handle this guy. You go help out with Moro, because he's here now. God, I just want Krillin to win. Is that so much to ask for? You know, can't Krillin just win? God, I was really hoping that he would be the panda guy, but it's really a freaking twist to have them fuse. I wonder how they're fusing. Like, what kind of method are they using? Come to think of it, you know, in the Tournament of Power, we had the mechanical fusion of the Universe 3 guys, and then we have Potara fusion, and then Metamoran fusion. So what kind of stuff is going on here? Very interesting stuff. So the biggest revelation of the entire chapter, we have a tiny bit of snippet of Yamcha. I'm glad we're touching up on him, and it's actually looking like he's gonna have like a main pairing off of a Moro convict too. So looking forward to that. And then Tien versus the Universe 7 Megiddo. And Chiaotzu beats him by insulting him. How dumb is that? Like, that's, you know, that's a trait that Megiddo has. And I can't remember if they actually explained that that's a trait that all metal men have. Of course, he's from Universe 6. I guess they're exactly the same as Universe 7 Magetta's. And he beats him by insulting him. Like, how disappointing is that? And dumb. I don't like that at all. I just want Tien to win. I want these guys to fight and have a cool struggle like freaking Krillin is having with the Panda Dude. And I want him to just push himself and win. You know? Like, people can't just win in Dragon Ball. It has to be overly complicated. And then I do, however, I think it's an interesting twist to have Chiaotzu win this battle for them. Like, nobody thought that, like, you can't tell me that you thought that Chiaotzu would actually beat somebody in this whole altercation. But man, it's funny, sure, it's quirky, sure. But I actually had somebody comment this very thing in my predictions video, that they really hoped that they wouldn't beat this guy by insulting him. And what happens? They beat him by insulting him. And it's Chiaotzu nonetheless. I do like that twist. If they're going to do this, I guess that's the twist I would have. I guess we're just never, ever going to get any love for Tien. Not that I expect it, but I definitely hold up my hopes for that day to come. So anyway, what do you guys think about these leaks? What do you think is going to happen? Drop your thought waves down in the comments below. Thanks as always a lot for watching, and take it easy.